Freo just went for the throat, and Adelaide want to be on top of that. They're one of the teams in the competition that missed a few this year.
Absolutely. Well, if you look at Freo there, you can see 10 individual goal kickers in that game against North Melbourne. Adelaide's kicking has been its Achilles heel. They've kicked 54 goals, 81 behinds, converting at 32% this year, and only a couple of times have they kicked more goals than points. It'll be massively important today as Strom and Gould go into it, and first handball for the game comes from Phillips, gives it to Stevie Lee Thompson. Crows go forward. Ash Woodland, leading goal kicker, just trying to use a little bit of clever footwork to help her out. Verrier is in there as well for Freo, along with Stannett. Here's a chance. Woodland looking for some support, gives it away. Opportunity for Cuthbertson to get the clearing kick, try and get Freo out of trouble. Nice hot start.
Which you'd expect, wouldn't you? Both of these teams, like I say, great with the pressure. No reports today is what we want, because we want whoever wins this game to go in the best shape for next week.
Of course, remember Chelsea Randall missed leading Adelaide into a grand final last year with concussion, so if they are successful enough to get through, we hope she's all good and ready to go after those hamstring problems this year. Going off the deck there, clever. Ebony Antonio just getting a little bit of grass and distance. Sarah Allen and Gore combining. And Ray Chich, middle of the ground, plenty of space for Adelaide. Marinoff too, to Phillips, terrific start. Looks forward, directing a little bit of traffic from Aaron to Ponta. And boy, she loves this ground. Prelim final play on. She's been pinged.
Yeah, the umpire called play on there. She must have come around the mark.
Have a look here at Danielle. Yeah. To the Dockers. Terrific tackle. There's Chelsea Randall on, well, two of the greats of the competition. Randall on Bowers. It's normally Bowers with the vice-like grip, the #1 tackler in the competition.
Umpire's off to a magnificent start.
Going back, Hatchard quickly to get things moving. She's got Phillips. The kick wasn't great. Give a chance for Erin to run onto it. Works her way through traffic onto the left foot, around the corner. Phillips scores. Crows on the board. Well, Beck, just the sort of start that you'd want one of the most influential players, if not the most influential player in the history of the competition, just to stamp herself onto it right from the start.
I was about to blow up at Hatchie for giving her a terrible football and getting her mown down right in front of goal, but the complete opposite's happened.
She's just navigated her way beautifully there.
Oh, yeah, I'll take the time, no worries. Easy goal. Oh, don't hover. You've got to go for the hips. Erin Phillips, absolutely spectacular there. Just doing what she wants, threads it straight through.
Worked her way through. Erin Phillips on the board. She loves the finals. She was absolutely magnificent in both the prelim and the granny here 3 years ago. Bowers, clearing kick. So chance now for Freo to go forward. Chelsea Randall, eyes on the ball, as you'd always expect. Dockers Antonio on her right. Here's Randall again. Quickly sending things the other way for Adelaide. Going back with the flight, showing enormous amounts of courage, was Hatchard. There's Button. Little kick into the centre of the ground. Charlton, teenager, runs over the top of it. Had trouble there just dealing with Cuthbertson. So the Dockers now under enormous pressure. Terrific tackle on Pugh. She's quick to get back onto it, and Hatchard wrapped up. So we'll have a reset in the centre of the ground. Strom with the tap. Hatchard first onto it. Just pinched it there was Dana East, who's enjoying a terrific season. The youngster back onto it too. Stevie Lee Thompson pinches it. We know she's got some toe. Gives it over the top. Here's a great opportunity now coming back in the side for Munyard. The kick though. It's cut off. Well read there.
Good pressure.
And Stannett.
Good pressure from Freo to force that kick.
Just the start from Adelaide, and just looking like they're moving the ball well. Freo up against it early on. Here's Dana East from Swan Districts. Nice kick just coming across laterally onto Adelaide Oval. That kick straight through. Nutmeg. Chelsea Randall there to clean things up. She's keen to get it out over the line in front of Eb Antonio. Intense start. If you've just joined us, Melbourne have defeated Brisbane only moments ago at the MCG. So Daisy Pearce and her Demons are through to a grand final. The winner of this match will join them. Randall, she's been prominent early, gives it to Marinoff. So the usual suspects for Adelaide are popping up everywhere. Phillips decided not to contest on that occasion. Little flick was a good one from Strom, and the kick comes from Cuthbertson down the line. Close to, and seeing it out was Maddie Newman, one of the 4 inclusions this week.
Looks like there's a bit of sun in the face there. We might have to get down to Sam Lane to find out how that's affecting things.
Sam, we want to find out what that breeze is doing too in just a moment when we get the opportunity. There's Bowers again, star of the competition. Only had the 7 games this year due to suspension and that knee injury, but she's coughed it up early. Sam, what's the breeze like?
Very gentle, Soda and Beck. I'd say it's just across the ground, but nothing really to speak of. I think the backdrop for this game is so interesting, particularly for the Adelaide Crows. 20 days since they last played a game, and speaking to their camp, they've had really willing and strong training sessions in the lead-up, attempting to replicate match conditions. And looking at some of the players you've called, notably Erin Phillips, it has been 20 days too long.
O'Sullivan goes in with some sort of manufactured torp up forward. Martin, little jack in the box. Bowers. So they go into 50, but they blaze away. And Considine, safe hands. Beck, the 20 days. I know you said it's great for some of those senior players to get that little bit of rest. It doesn't look like it's hindered Adelaide just with the early start so far.
Well, I mean, the break's helpful for the body, but the mind never rests about footy. And it's like that first sip of coffee in the morning. You can see Erin's eyes light up when she comes on the field.
The kick from Hatchard just turned over, and Mim Strom in best position. She's going to get a little bit of real estate here. So inside 50, 4-2 in favour of Adelaide, but this will give Mimstrom a chance to get it right up top of the square. Drops the kick in. It's a good one, and real legitimate chance here to have their first crack at goal. Michaela Hyde.
That was very poor by Adelaide's defence. As soon as that 50 metres was paid, everyone should have been looking up and working out who that football was coming to.
She's kicked 5-2 for the year so far. Another product from Swan Districts. So from 20 out, and she steered it through beautifully. So we're all square here. The opening of the prelim final. Making the most of their opportunities. Need to be efficient, obviously, Beck, because Adelaide's had so much of the play, so they've done what they need to do, Freo, to stay in touch.
Yeah, that's good, and that was a really good finish. Adelaide not disciplined there. Should have had eyes on all of those forwards and any midfielders creeping in there, and just didn't.
So the Dockers all square with that kick from Michaela Hyde. Clearance, Adelaide's way again. They've been on top in that area. Last time they played the Dockers, they got smashed in centre clearance. Always looking for the second possession to able to get that win back in round 8 as Considine lays a tackle over the top, and Adelaide holding the ball just on the edge of their 50.
It's always an interesting one with clearances. Midfield coaches are going to be looking at what's the best combo with our midfielders, which midfielders, when they're together, win those clearances. So when the game's in the balance and you've got to win a clearance, who's going to be in there to do that?
Runnels with a kick, the dynamic Randall flying across the front. Couldn't quite hold on to that one. Always spectacular. One thing, Beck, you know what you're going to get with Chelsea Randall every time she goes for it?
The way she leaps at the footy. What a spectacular athlete.
Bowers combining again. Little kick around the corner. Comes from Runnels. Here's Bedell, good tackle from the skipper in game number 50. Able to hold the arm away, so Hayley Miller keen to get things moving through the middle of the ground. Cut off though nicely, beautifully read by Tonin, back into the side today. The kick missed the target. So both sides, couple of little errors at the moment, but Rachich strength in front. 2019 Premiership player, Mariana Rachich goes forward, just over the top. Stannett couldn't get onto it. Here's a chance now. Rochelle Martin wants to run around to her right. Just held onto it for a moment too long. Hatchard. Clearing kick is good to just get a little bit of space and a breath for Freo. Kick around the corner came from Antonio. That was Cara. And here's Houghton. Puts it out in front, needed a little foot race. Wasn't the best kick for Tua Karina, who's come into the side today, and Adelaide gets an opportunity. MJ, the hair's come out now. He's got the sort of Dee Schneider from Twisted Sister flowing locks going.
It's back up pretty quick.
Here's Newman, so into attack again. Quick kick comes from McKinnon. Runs forward, O'Driscoll's there. And here comes Phillips. She's already got one. She just needs to get hold of the footy. Terrific tackle from O'Driscoll. Just Aaron tried to outfox her, but great work by Emma.
She went low, but it was a good tackle.
Strom has to bend down to clear that one up, and we'll see the ball thrown in. What do you make of the start so far, Beck?
Oh, I think it's been a really good start from both teams. High pressure, which we knew it would be, but accurate in front of goal, both sides. A couple of opportunities that the Crows have that they haven't made the most of, but good to watch.
High ball from Tonin, going back with the flight, unable to take it was Munyard. Here goes Phillips again. Gee, she's looking dangerous. Onto the left, around the corner. Couple of bites at it, and Caitlin Gould, this is a feature she's added to her game this year in the ruck, becoming the #1 ruck target with Anna Metcalf out, is her hands have been strong in the contest.
She looks really good overhead. That was a good mark. And a quick kick in from Erin too, which is what they missed before when the ball came inside 50. It's probably just should have played on, put that ball inside a little bit quicker and just give the forwards the opportunity, or the resting ruck, as the case may be.
So Gould, she's been good in front of goals, able to add 4 for the year, make it 5. The Crows are up by a goal. With the value of a contested mark up forward, you see Caitlin Gould, former volleyballer, Glenelg product, and able to follow through and kick truly.
Kept her eyes on the footy. Looked like she was reading the words on the football. Tip for young footballers out there. Caitlin Gould keeping her eyes on the footy there. Looked like she was actually reading the words. It's a tip for young footballers. If you're looking to improve your marking, look and see if you can read what the words are on the side of the footy, and it's going to come into the hands. She's
had a terrific season so far, Gould. It was a breakout season, if you like, as the #1 ruck for Adelaide. Button just muscles her way through the midfield there. Cleaned up there by Stannett, who's had a little bit to do to get things going. Here's Ebony Antonio just swinging around into play again. Dangerous kick. Tough contest, going back with plenty of real courage there. There's Newman. Gould, Marinoff gets her kick in just in time. Adelaide into attack again. Woodland pushed out of it. And Stannett. Well, a free kick's been picked out, so Dockers looking for an extra exit strategy out of defence. Here's Strom, who's starting to gather some possessions as well as the work she's doing in the ruck. Considine, already a premiership player here, girl from County Clare. Bowers gets her way around Button and then just drops a nice little kick in, lowers the eyes. O'Driscoll, and some nice work by on your tie. Couldn't quite hold on to it though. Big target up forward, combines with Houghton in that forward line for Freo. Here's a little handball over the top. Here's a chance now for the speedster, Gabby O'Sullivan. She's got plenty of toe. The kick though, she's coughed it up. Disappointing with the chance going forward. Stevie Lee Thompson cleverly. Nikki Gore, and her kick not to advantage. She's looking for Mules. Antonio with a handball fires that one out. Strom, a combine again. Kick around the corner. Comes from Kane. Ty was the target. Brings it to the front. O'Sullivan was in there as well as Houghton. Under enormous pressure. Gore comes back. She's got a little bit of time just to get things moving. Kick around the corner. Comes from Newman. Blazed away. Eb Antonio gets around goal. Has a bounce. Tries to get back onto it. The tackle from Stevie Lee Thompson is outstanding.
Got her.
Game number 50. Terrific work. Not penalised though. Hurried kick for Mules. Charlton receives a handball here. She's got some support from Tonin to her right. Decides to keep going by foot. Kick's got a little bit too much on it, so Mimstrom gathers nicely. Gives it off to Stannett. And her kick though coughs it up. So Adelaide with a chance to reset.
A few nerves, both teams there.
Hatchard, one of 6 Crows named in the All-Australian squad. 3 Dockers. They'll be announced on Tuesday night at the W Awards in Melbourne. Nice clean pick up by Marinoff. Kick though. Chance for her to come back from that smother. She puts the kick out in front and it's a nice take there. Here's a chance for Brooke Tonin back in the side today, and in round 1 of the Sandford W she kicked 6 goals for Glenelg. So this young teenager is certainly capable in front of the sticks.
What distance from, please, Soda? I didn't see those Glenelg games.
Well, I reckon this is right on her measure.
Rightio.
Here we go, Tonin in just game number 3. She'll be kicking from about 35. The kick is just not enough.
Not enough. Erin's looking at the umpire saying, no, there's no touch there.
Steph Kane just picking it up from the bootlaces. So Adelaide, 7-point lead at this stage, going back. Gee, she's got good hands too, Hayley Miller. Took a cracking mark in that qualifying final with the ball actually behind her head to kick a goal against North Melbourne.
Great player, great leader as well. You know, Freo have just gone from strength to strength this year under her leadership.
Handball there came from Cara Antonio, just missed the target. We've had a pretty red-hot start to this preliminary final here at the Adelaide Oval. The Crows have the edge at the moment, 2-1-13. They lead the Dockers, 1 straight goal, 6. 7-point ball game here. Favour of Adelaide, so Freo really right up in the contest.
Yeah, it's a very even game. And I don't think either side has really got on top of it yet.
So here we go, second quarter, Adelaide by 7 points. And Montana McKinnon has gone into the ruck. Good to see her back in the side. She too is having a terrific season. Some wonderful speed there, as we've come to expect from Gabby O'Sullivan, with a little bit of a don't argue. Oh, Chelsea Randall.
Oh.
She's been done for
she
a
has
tunnelling type scenario here. Oh, jeez.
Oh, well, we don't speak ill of the umpires, of course, but I'm sure when game review's done, I'm sure that one will be looked at.
Hayley Miller with the kick forward. Good take by Montana McKinnon. Her contested marking's been a real feature. She's developed nicely too back this year.
She has, and I think this is the thing that expansion teams will be looking at. All the young players that are had a year or two in the competition now, and you know, how they're tracking and are they going to be able to lure them to expansion clubs?
Michelle Martin was fantastic there, just working her way through a really tight space, and free kick is coming the way of Nikki Gore. Great to see her fit and up and running. Just game number 7 for Gore so far this year. Trying to crash through was Martin again. And we know for Adelaide it's been 20 days since they played. Sam Lane, what about the Dockers? What have they been up to in the last week or so since they won that qualifying final?
Yeah, that was 14 days ago, Soda. And of course, they've been the travelling Wilburys of the competition, spending all that extra time in Melbourne, almost in a forced lockdown there. But they came here. It's the first time they've ever played on the Adelaide Oval. They arrived on Thursday, had a captain's run at Theberton, but this is the first time they've ever played. They look really composed to me down here at ground level, the Freo Dockers.
Well, it's certainly a pretty even contest at this point. Going forward is Bedell, straight through the hands of Hatchard. They go forward, though, with McKinnon. Phillips just turns her opponent, Cuthbertson, inside out, gets around her again, uses her vision. The kick, though, has been cut off well read. Steph Kane.
Gee, that was a good kick, though.
Went to the wrong player, though, Bet.
Yeah. I'd say that was more on the receiver than the kicker.
It was good vision, though, wasn't it? Terrific vision. And here's a chance now for Dana East. Just drops the ball in. So methodical now, Freo, as they try and remove the ball out of their defence. The skipper, game 50, Strom in a good position. But, boy, getting in front. And that is the sort of stuff that we've seen from McKinnon. Made her debut a couple of years ago down in Tassie, and as they try and work out what they're all doing here and not fall over each other's legs.
Bit of silliness going on, I think.
McKinnon forward, looking for Phillips again. She's just sandwiched there with Antonio amongst it as well. Here goes kick around the corner from Marinoff. That pressure from Antonio was terrific, enabled the ball to be coughed up, and Cuthbertson, great to see her back from that fractured cheekbone. Going back against North Melbourne. That kick, though, is not a good kick. And Speedy Lee Thompson, as she's often known, has just gotten the place at the right time. Almost a carbon copy in reverse of what we saw from the Aaron Phillips kick.
I was actually busy watching what was going on off the ball between Antonio and Marinoff. A little bit of push and shove going on there, Soda.
Always like to see that. Nothing wrong with that, Beck. Just a competitive spirit. Here comes Stevie Lee Thompson. We know that she's good in front of goal. She was the leading goal kicker in the competition back in 2019, and she's got the Crows on the board in the second term. I think the versatility of Stevie Lee Thompson, great asset to have. Beck, runner of half back, or let her go forward when she can.
Put her on the wing.
Why not?
You know. Well, that was an unfortunate switch for Freo. I didn't mind their intent. They want to go out the other side of the ground. Pretty traditional way of moving the footy, but Stevie Lee just popped up at the right time and finished with a lovely goal.
Stevie Lee celebrated her 30th birthday just over a week ago. Celebrates her 50th game with a goal. So Adelaide now out by 13 points. Another chance to go forward. Phillips again the target. Veria gives it up. Good tackle. They came from Pugh, just putting some pressure on. Charlton under immense pressure, and the umpire will step in and get involved here. So Gould gets it tapped out, coming through Phillips. High ball came from Button. Woodland was in there. Ponta around the corner. A hurried kick. Not effective from Veria. The defence standing up okay for the moment. The tackle, though, from Woodland was terrific, and she's going to get a free kick here and a shot on goal. Just low, not quick enough to dispose there.
Great tackle.
Is the AFLW's leading goal kicker. She'll pick up her award on Tuesday night. 19-8 for the year. She pipped both Taylor Harris and Cora Staunton by a goal. And her season, well, she has grown in stature, Ash Woodland. Couple of bags of 4 to start the year. This one, the high ball, front, top of the square. There's Hannah Button onto it. She's not going to get away from Steph Kane, though.
Sling tackle.
But she's going to get a free kick. So Button, quick to get things moving. A couple of bites. Marinoff couldn't do it. She was up against Bowers. Jess Lowe a little more composed on that occasion. Mim Strom's kick going back. That's terrific courage from Gabby O'Sullivan. So the Freo defence standing up okay then. Going back with it was Newman. Couldn't quite hold on to it, and have another reset here on the outer wing.
A few more players around the ball this quarter than the last. Adelaide have dialed up the intensity, the pressure there, obviously wanting to cut down that uncontested possession that Freo had the opportunity out in the first quarter.
High ball came from O'Sullivan, Thompson, Allen, the 250 gamers combined. Sarah around the corner, Button with a fly, just trying to bring it to ground. Just taking an eye off at the critical stage east. He's got another chance to get onto it. There's a wrestle in the middle of the deck here at the Adelaide Oval. A famous win last night for the men's side. And kick after the siren from Jordan Dawson was sensational. Many of the Crows fans have decided to come back 16 hours later to watch the girls now, and right at the moment they'll like what they'll see. 13 points as Hatchard sitting over the top of it with Bowers, and he's going to get a free kick. Kiara Bowers not impressed with that decision. As chance for Hatchard to get moving, and Bowers will give away another one here.
Oh, well, she's going to have to cut this out, really. Impatience can spoil great plans.
Copped a couple of week ban for some rough conduct on Kirsty Lamurlu. Nears the kick goes back, and Phillips again.
Guess who?
Well, Beck, we know that she can stand up well in any sort of game, but particularly in finals. Two-time best on ground in the grand finals. And particularly go back to that first one that you coached in 2017. She was absolutely enormous, just led every stat on the ground in that match. She started this match already with a goal. Here's a chance now from 40. A high ball. She got enough on it. Just. I think she has.
Wow.
Phillips gets a second.
Wait. That is the craziest goal I've ever seen, I think. I don't think it went through. It bounced out, and
need to get a good look at that on replay. I think it just cleared the hands.
Who kicked that goal, Soda? Who kicked that goal?
It got over the line and just bounced back into play. But I think it was a clear goal. There wasn't any doubt on that. Or was it Ash Woodland?
Ash has kicked it. Score assist, E. Phillips.
Well, let's have a look at this again. Was it Phillips or was it Woodland?
No, it was Woodland. She's got it.
Is it a Woodland goal?
It's a Woodland
yes,
goal.
Yes, it was. Looked like it actually bounced over the line, but it didn't. It came back in, and Ash Woodland able to pounce.
This is one of those skills that I'd love to see more footballers have. Staying in the moment. You never finish until the umpire says.
So Adelaide now out by 19 points. The margin getting critical for Freo. Kane around onto her right. Coming through was Roxy Rue. Couldn't take it with her. And very quick to get back into it is Kane. Love to get a look at that on replay again from another angle. That Woodland goal. So that takes her to 20 for the season. East just fires off a handball going back towards the centre of the ground. Bowers couldn't take it, but quick to lay a tackle.
We need that camera back on the umpire's hat, the goal umpire's hat, don't we? Remember
seen
we had
that for a while. Yeah, that
we
was
had
good.
that for a few years.
I like that. Here we go for Mules. Going up against East. Rue. Hatchard. Mules with a tackle and another quick kick from East. Only goes as far as McKinnon. So Freo
That'll be 50.
just camped on the half-back line at the moment. Can't get any further. The fly was Phillips again. Strong tackle by McKinnon. Strong work. Here's a chance for Antonio. It was Kari got involved with the skipper. Back to Antonio. So now you get an opportunity to move forward. Adelaide's defence. Let's see how they stand up. Considine combines. Allen, consummate professional Sarah Allen. You'd expect she'll pick up another All-Australian award on Tuesday night. I mean, she is a young star.
She might be picking it up virtually, I think.
You reckon well, if Adelaide get through, they certainly won't be sending anyone
I don't think.
anywhere near the W Awards, will they?
Absolutely not.
They'll all go back down into a lockdown, but there's still plenty of time for Freo. Right now, it's 19 points the difference. Here's a chance for Adelaide to go forward. Munyard, one of 4 inclusions. Her kick not effective. Coming back on as O'Driscoll, able to find a spot. Did well there. Vision was terrific. So this is Airlie Runnels, recruited from the VFLW for the Kangaroos and has had a pretty good season so far for the Dockers, and it comes out to Cara Antonio, game number 46. The skipper playing her 50th, so a few of the Dockers girls getting close to the milestone. O'Sullivan and also Ebony Antonio in game number 49, each of them, as that handball misses the target. Right, let's have a chance to look at that goal before. The Phillips kick, it didn't clear the line.
Well,
Gee, I thought
can't
it cleared
tell.
the line.
I can't tell from that angle.
No, we can't, but
No.
I think they've given it to Woodlands because she pounced back onto it straight away. Here's Hatchard. What a transformation she's had over the last few years to become one of the elite players of the competition. Gives it to Tone, and her vision is quick. She's got a couple of Dockers just cutting off the intended target of Ponta. Nice work by Janelle Cuthbertson. And goes out wide. Veria. So again, they're methodical in that movement out of defence. Runnels comes back inside. Veria. And now O'Driscoll tries to come across this side of the ground. Works okay to low. She's got Bowers in front of Stevie Lee Thompson, but Thompson able to fire a handball out quickly. It's worked out okay. Marinoff under pressure from Bowers. 2 of the great tackling machines in the competition. Hatchard goes forward. Good hands from Woodland. So Adelaide get a chance to reset. That inside 50 count now creeping out. 19-8, 20-8 now in favour of Adelaide, but that's a burnt opportunity going forward. Cuthbertson. Woodland with a punch from behind. Good clearance coming from O'Sullivan. Going down as Rachich. Little give given out towards Houghton. Just couldn't take it with her. She's got Allen hot on her tail. Going down is Roxy Rue. Rachich just takes it and says, I'll sort things out here. Going back, Hatchard courageously with one hand, couldn't do it. Bowers got the bump from McKinnon on the way through, and the ball will be sent forward. So here's a really good opportunity now for Freo. Miller goes forward. Strom coming around quickly now. Antonio, well, she's had a couple of goes at it, still maintains possession, gives it to her sister, and her kick is just what Freo needed. So goal there came from Antonio. It was Ebony to Cara, and she gets her 9th for the season.
It was just more direct football.
So Freo remain in touch, just back to 13 points now.
Freo's maturity keeping them going there. Cara and really doing some just direct footy, and that's what Trent Cooper was talking about, resulting in a goal. Great football.
So Cara Antonio gets her 9th for the year. We'll head down to Sam, boundary side.
Yeah, a bit of rotation on the Adelaide bench, Soda. Erin Phillips was having a breather with Chelsea Randall. They both missed the last time these sides played, but Erin back on and thrown straight back into the middle.
She's having a good game, Sam, so far, no doubt about that. Nikki Gore just muscled off the ball by Steph Kane. She's going to get a little foot race going close to the line. She's got Gore chasing her, and Gore is quick. And the kick, unfortunately, I think they're going to have to go back because I reckon she was out of bounds. Steph Kane. There's a nice little foot race between those two speedsters.
Love a foot race. Training, game day. Love to be a fly on the wall in the Antonio house, actually. I think you mentioned they might have been sisters before. They're actually wife and wife, Soda. And
there you go.
I think they do talk a lot about footy at home. Not sure how many foot races go down the corridor, though.
How am I going with that? As Houghton goes forward with her kick. Around the corner goes the skipper. Needs a bounce put forward to Runnels. That was clever. She was in a great position, and the Dockers go back to back. They're now within 7 points.
Direct football works.
So Freo get back-to-back goals. Terrific positioning from Runnels there. Clever football, front and centre. And it's game on.
Hayley Miller, is that who it started with there?
Yep.
Yeah, just a surge kick forward. No need to mess around with it. Just get the football forward. Back-to-back goals. Right in this one, Freo. Good stuff.
Terrific positioning there by Ellie Runnels. So that's goal number 2 for the season from the North Melbourne recruit. Phillips back in the centre of the ground. Hurried kick from Strom. Just a little change in momentum right now as Adelaide open things up nicely with a lead, but now Freo have really muscled their way back within 7 points, and this is going to be another opportunity to go forward. Ty gives it up to Steph Kane. Cut off though. Mules couldn't hold on to it. Tackle's a good one from Hyde. Make sure that Bedell will not be able to get out of that one. So reset here inside the 50. It's been a good term. 2 goals added from both sides. The 7-point buffer at quarter time is exactly the same right now as we head towards half-time. Tackle from Woodland comes on. It's been a good 5 minutes for Freo.
You cannot switch off in this game.
There it is, a hurried kick there. Came out from Charlton, and well, Beck, we have a look at this. As we saw, the Adelaide started that second term really well with Stevie Lee Thompson and Ash Woolens both getting goals, and just when they start to get that breathing space, that switch in momentum from the Dockers has been terrific.
A little bit of, I think that's the difference at the moment too. If I look at the two teams, Adelaide really on the back foot, looked a little bit panicked, a bit rustled, giving away silly free kicks, responding to things they didn't need to, and having only moments when they need to dominate and score on the passages of play that they're going inside 54.
Good news too, O'Sullivan's had that looked at over the break, so she's back out on the deck, which is super important for the Dockers as we start this second half. Thompson with a tackle and just dispatches her opponent there. Punch from behind coming onto it quickly is Eb Antonio, and she's going to pick up a free kick there against Michelle Martin.
And just the arm over the shoulder.
So possession number 14 for Eb Antonio is leading all comers in terms of the whole ground. Hatchard on 13 as well. Kiara Bowers on the bottom of the pack there with Marinoff. 2 of the stars of the competition going at it in the midfield.
Two people who love to tackle, that's for sure.
Certainly do. Averaging 7 a game from Bowers, and she's had some big numbers in the tackle count so far this year. Again, Eve Antonio racking them up, but Chelsea Randall going back with the flight. Terrific hands. Almost kicked the kick. Antonio at it again. Quick kick from Bowers. Randall with the chance to just try and push herself away. Can't get away from Anya Tai. If you just joined us, the Demons got up at earlier in the prelim final. So they are through. Right now, these two sides battling it out. Phillips, she's had that knee looked at again in that first half. She started really well. A lot of speculation about her future with Port Adelaide Footy Club coming into the competition later this season when we go around for AFLW 7th season. Where will Erin be? Stevie Lee Thompson gives it off to Randall. Her vision's good in the centre of the ground. Here's Justine Mules, two-time premiership player, just directing traffic. Flicks it off to the 50 gamer. And again, they go forward. Michelle Martin leads the foot race there with Veria. So Martin 60 out. Just waiting for a lead, and one comes. Couple of bites at it from Hannah Munyard. It's just trying to get her away from Laura Pugh under enormous pressure, but the free kick has been plucked out, and it's going to go to Hatchard. Drops the ball in. He's looking for Gould. Miller overran it. Here's a chance for Mules, who the defender's been okay up forward. Has kicked some goals so far this year. Phillips runs around, opens up with a handball. Going around the corner was Charlton. Here's a go for Ponta. Always clever around the goals. She gets it for the Crows, are out by 13 points.
Well, well, well. I was about to say Danielle Ponta has touched the ball once this game, and it would be great to see her back in the action. And there was an opportunity there to fire the handball into the corridor or just get that forward to a teammate. Danielle Ponta, up until that point, had had one touch of the football and out of nowhere appears and kicks a goal. Very important player.
Remember that prelim final? She was terrific against Geelong back in 2019 on this ground, and then kicked a couple of goals also against Freo earlier in the season back in round 8. So 13-point buffer now for Adelaide as Marinoff works her way between a pair of Dockers, including Runnels, who's already kicked a goal for the Dockers. Kicked that one before half-time to get them right back within touch.
It all started with a free kick to Hatchard over on that far side too. So Freo really starting to apply the pressure to Adelaide's big names, Hatchard, Marinoff. You could see Phillips there just having a little bit of a wrestle. That kind of pressure.
Here's Phillips trying to muscle her way through with a bunch of Dockers all hanging off her.
Does wear you down, the pressure, after a while.
Strom down, only as far as Marinoff. Got support from Considine under pressure from Runnels. High ball and reading it in best position. Going back with the flight. Emma O'Driscoll. Heads to the outer wing here at Adelaide Oval. Target was Tua Karina, who's come into the side out of the health and safety protocols. Bowers cleverly through the middle of the ground, and then her kick didn't quite have enough for Strom, but good enough to maintain possession for the moment. Here comes the skipper. Miller just wobbles one forward. Houghton under pressure from Allen. That's a quality matchup between these two. And Allen chases down. Geez, we've seen her do that a number of times this year. Her run down from behind has been terrific, and she's done it again here.
She just never changes, Sarah Allen. So consistent.
Cut off there nicely by O'Driscoll. Sam, on
Yes.
the boundary.
Yeah, Soda, there was some conjecture about the woman you're seeing centre screen there, Gabby O'Sullivan. At half-time, the Dockers told me there were no injury woes, and yet the quarter started and she was on the sidelines having an ankle worked on. 3 physios later, she is returning to field, and I've got the thumbs up officially from the Dockers, so it's as we were.
Terrific, Sam. Thank you for that. Now, we did see that she was having some sort of problem there. Good for the Dockers to know she's going well as Charlton goes forward. And Woodland was just muscled out of that by Cuthbertson. Good work by McKinnon against their opposite number, 21 in Strom. Cuthbertson. And finally, Adelaide maintain possession back. Woodlands, and here comes Phillips. She's got a pair to try and get through. Does that well. Tonin with a little kick going forward. Hatchard just tries to manufacture something over her head, but couldn't.
Their bicycle kick.
Nice little smother there from Ash Woodland too. So we'll have things reset here in the pocket of the famous Adelaide Oval. Scoreboard end. Crows by 13, looking to get into grand final number 4. Strom and McKinnon at it. Bowers just overruns it. Off the deck was Phillips. Woodland taken down in a tackle by Cuthbertson. She wouldn't give her much breathing space. And Mimstrom with the kick, reaching out over the top with a little punch was Newman.
Great defence by the Dockers. Under some heat here.
That contested possession count, +6 Adelaide's way. As Phillips tries to work her way through, Bowers used the body well just to knock Erin through. And again, we'll have the ball reset, 40 out from the Crows' goals. Strum back towards Bowers. And good work there by Eb Antonio. Coming up for possession 16.
Adelaide really testing the boundary on the mark. Yeah.
McKinnon over the back of her. Coming through was Webb, did well. Partnered with East and only as far as Nikki Gore across half back. So Adelaide will try and launch another foray forward. There's Newman, plenty of space and time to reset things and go forward. Little punch from behind came from Pugh, was effective. And a button being held on to by O'Driscoll. And another reset here in the centre half forward area for Adelaide. East, got a couple of Crows to deal with. Marinov just pinches it out of the pack there. But still, Roxy Rue able to ensure that it can't come out to Marinov. Well, Beck, this game right now has just slowed the pace a little bit. A goal to Freo would make things super interesting right now. Here is Stevie Lee Thompson coming through. First it was a smother, then it was the tap on. She's got Phillips, picks it up, round onto her left, goes in hard with the kick. Woodland got some support. Can Tony get it off the foot? No, she can't. Defence stood up magnificently there by Fremantle under enormous pressure.
Freo's defence has been great.
Would have been a crucial goal Adelaide's way, but well done to the Dockers down back. Good take, nicely done. Red in the air beautifully, Roxy Rue.
I think they're going to need to move it quicker though, Freo, if they're going to score. They can't afford for Adelaide to roll back in defence like this.
A lot of their exit out of defence has been stagnant, and you see there McKinnon was in the best position to take it. McKinnon and Rue. And here goes Stevie Lee Thompson again. She's enjoying a good game. Clearing kick gets her back into 50. Woodland did really well with the body. Then comes down. Here's Phillips on her left. Bounce over the top. Brooke Tatum with an opportunity. Can she be quick enough? though? That was terrific work by Cuthbertson. And again, the defence of Freo standing up under enormous pressure.
Their line defence is just great.
There's Tonin. Couldn't quite get the bounce that she needed. But just have a look at that tackle from Cuthbertson.
Wow.
And having her back in the side after having that broken cheekbone, she was terrific against North Melbourne a couple of weeks ago. You know, she's gutsy. I think she spent much of last season playing with a busted rib. So while she goes and gets reassessed to find out how she's travelling there, Janelle Cuthbertson, there's an opportunity now for the Dockers. Coming out of defence, McKinnon was in best position in front of Rue. Mules quickly onto her right foot, but only falls as far as Bauer. She's off too. She wants to get things moving. Beck Goddard, you said that they need to hurry with the ball to try and get some fluency going forward, but running into a brick wall there of skipper Miller was Justine Mules.
They were just getting locked up on this side of the ground every time they came out, so it had to exit another way.
Get Sam to check on Janelle Cuthbertson. You know, she's unbelievably tough as Allen goes hard at it with Strom. Randall just trying to will the ball out of there. Allen, clever. Bowers tackled by Martin. Enormous pressure. They cause a turnover here. Adelaide. Mules needs some support. Michelle Martin, terrific gather. Gives it to her sister from 52, Button. And Phillips pushed out of the way. A terrific mark.
Home crowd wanted a free kick there, I think.
Oh, Strom. How good was that? Just used her strength to throw her opponent away. And again, we've seen the Dockers stand up in defence. So Bianca Webb on the wing, looking to go forward. The target there was Strom, but a pair of Crows able to just inhibit her at the right time. Miller amongst it, and also that tackle coming there from Munyard, just trying to get the ball over the line so that you have a reset. Webb involved, and
it's all happening.
So with just 2 minutes 40 left on the clock in this third quarter, it is the Crows by 15 points. The Dockers just need someone to stand up now. The Webb on the bottom of the deck, still fighting hard, working with and against Martin and Hatchard. Who's going to make a stand? As Strum and Gould go at it again. Miller off the deck. Hatchard trying to get a kick forward, but only as far as Eb Antonio. She's been enormous in this term for Freo, but Adelaide's defence. The skipper combining with Newman. It was dynamic work there by Woodland to try and cause the spoil. O'Driscoll back onto it. Just got some running support, and Eb Antonio is everywhere at the moment into the attacking 50. Going back with the flight. Who else? But one of the most courageous players the AFLW has seen in its 6 years, if not the most courageous. So Randall and Rachich combined to Allen. Kick from Allen was targeting Ponta. She was clever with her tap forward to Marinoff. Going down the line, Munyard intercepted nicely by Veria. And suddenly Freo have a chance. Miller, a couple of bites at it, couldn't get it. Able to flick the handball out though. Here comes Bowers, gets her way around Considine, lowers the eyes beautifully. Mark just dropped at a crucial time by O'Sullivan. Marinoff coming through, clearing kick, couldn't get far, and the hurry kick going forward, taken by Sarah Allen. And back just a couple of tense moments. Adelaide standing up.
Adelaide's defence has held up really well here.
Runnels looking for the handball for Kane to get her to run onto it. Terrific tackle by the teenager Charlton. Going down the line again, getting around quickly was Veria. Puts Freo back into attack. Randall belts her way through, gets a handball on. Mules with a clearing kick, but a pair of Dockers can raffle it. The mark's taken by Stannett, who started the game really well, was right in play in that first term early on. Kane read it well. High ball going forward, 2-on-2, sitting under it. Houghton at the back, but Rachich read it best. She's quick to get things moving.
No.
Chance for a smother. Here we go. The door's open for Freo. Hayley Miller couldn't get the ball out. She had that one-arm pin. And a terrific tackle by Sarah Allen on the siren. So just as Freo was starting to get some real estate and hold the ball into their forward line, trying to force that goal, the siren has saved Adelaide. Right now, 5-3-33. The Crows lead by 15 points. Final quarter coming up. The winner into the AFLW Grand Final next week against the D's.
Can't lie down and just be content to possess it. I think they're going to have to score again.
Here we go, the umpire just waiting to get things going. The final term, Adelaide Oval. It's been a big battle in the ruck all day for Gould and Mim Strong. Gould this time gets it to Kiara Bowers. You asked for the big guns to be there, and there was Bowers sitting under it straight away. Stevie Lee Thompson's had a terrific game, celebrating her milestone in style so far as Ev Antonio and Bowers team up on Mules to ensure that she can't get the ball out. East is in there as well. One of the youngsters getting a chance to be right in the middle of all the heat that's happening. Charlton just trying to push her out of the way was Veria. Comes back onto it. And Michelle Martin making sure that Steph Kane can't get any assistance, even though Bowers was hovering right at that point. Strum able to get Gould out of the way then. So just the way they've started this last term, still in very, very tight. Just waiting for a clearance. Still can't get through. Marinoff looking for Munyard. Miller under pressure, high ball. The East taken down. So it's been a rough and ready start to the last term, Beck.
High pressure from both teams.
Waiting to see who can crack. The first opportunity away. Antonio couldn't. Miller again fighting. Good to see Gould. The ruckman on all fours, just trying to force a chance to get the ball out as well, and they're at it again. So still no territory gain. The umpire keen to let things go. Stevie Lee Thompson. And finally, pluck out a free kick. So Miller keen to get things moving. Good mark there by Ty. She had Allen one-on-one and had her outsmarted. The Irishwoman, high ball going forward over the top. Quick work there came from O'Sullivan. Hurries it forward. Rachich looking for the safety of the boundary line. Houghton can come inside. She's got Cara Antonio there. Some support comes. Quick little kick from O'Driscoll. And they've got it. They're on the board. So we're back to a 9-point ball game.
It's on. I have to admit, when I saw Ty slow the play down up the top there, I thought this is no way to goal. They're not going to be able to get to goal this way because Adelaide's defence will be rolled back. But once it got inside 50, gee, they moved it quick and they just kept running, and Freo gets the goal.
Oh, terrific work there. Persistence. Emma O'Driscoll able to bring the score back within 9 points. Let's head down boundary side, Sam Lane.
So there was a concern over Janelle Cuthbertson, such an important defender, and Beck has been praising the Fremantle backline. She's had concussion and cheekbone issues in recent times, so it was a worry when she was on the boundary having that checked out. She has started this final term on field, which is crucial for the Dockers.
And they've got a chance to go forward again. Here's Runnels, low kick. Just didn't have quite enough on it. Bedell, and she combines with Martin. They've got a bit of space now. The kick comes off the side of the boot. They can raffle it between Hatchard and also Ponta. And it's the latter who ends up with it. Gives it to Gould. She's got to be quick. Just gets her kick in. The umpire with the benefit of the doubt there. Runnels has support from Webb. And suddenly, Freo starting to get some movement and control. Keynes kicks a good one, going through the centre of the ground. Miller. So she's up to 22, Miller. Gives it off. High ball will come in from Veria. And Houghton over the top of Bedell. Couldn't quite bring it down. Bedell mops up. Marinoff. And Houghton's chase was terrific. Put her on all sorts of pressure. Webb to Houghton. Caused a turnover. Stevie Lee Thompson hot on her, and again they wax it back and forward, and Houghton able to go forward. The Dockers are on here again. The kick is good, and in front Ty, who was instrumental before with a goal in front of Sarah Allen, and suddenly they kick this. They're within 3 points.
A rare mark taken on Sarah Allen.
So 3 goals for the year for Anya Ty from County Leitrim in Ireland. Just deliberate with the kick, and it's left a little skinny. So 8 points, still plenty of time. Becky said 15 points was definitely not enough for three-quarter time. The way the Dockers have started would put a big smile on Trent Cooper's face.
Absolutely, he'll be very happy with this, and I think what we'll see shortly is some moves made on Adelaide's on-ball division just to try and settle things down a bit.
Well, Thompson couldn't quite get hold of that one. Ponta tries to work her way through, was able to get past Pugh. Kick around the corner, comes from Munyard. How's it going to bounce? It's a foot race on Woodland, and little bump there. The umpire said that was all legal. It was on Cuthbertson. And suddenly, Adelaide have a chance to reply within a minute. Happy with the decision?
Oh, I mean, yeah, they can go either way, those ones. But Ash has used her body cleverly, and in the end, she's got a shot on goal.
She's already kicked one for the day. She's on 20 for the season. Ash Woodland coming in, and she's got 21. Just what Adelaide needed. They're back out to 14 points.
It was professional forward craft from Ash Woodland there. It's a hard situation for the defender. I would say that circumstance always favours the forward. It's proving that you don't always have to kick it straight to the player to get the result. Just put it out into space and let the forward do their work. Ash Woodland has had a fantastic season, kicks another goal.
Well, last year Ash Woodland kicked 9-10 for the season. She's got 21-8 right now, and that is as an important goal as she's kicked all year, because it's given Adelaide a 14-point break as we've got just over 9 minutes left.
Erin Phillips to the ball.
Steph Kane, who's been good this term, just breaks away, but her kick only as far as Randall. You talked about Phillips. Here's a chance now against Strom. Couldn't take it with her. McKinnon picks up, blazes away with the kick going forward, just out of reach of Pugh. Ponta and Stannett hard at it. McKinnon reaches out over the top. Phillips with a tackle there on low. $14 points, almost back to where we were at three-quarter time. Bowers under pressure from Charlton, gets a hurried kick. Bedell picks it up well. The big defender going forward, and the kick falls into Ponta, and she hasn't had a lot of it today, but she's had a couple of important touches.
I'll back her on this one.
Right on her range, but you think she's going to make it from here?
Yeah, I do.
Well, we know she stands up in big games. 3 goals in the grand final on this deck back in 19 and 3 goals in the prelim the week before that. Here is a chance to make it very, very difficult for Freo. Beck has backed her and just across the face.
I saw her shooting them from there in the warm-up, so I was pretty confident.
Cuthbertson has again been solid, as we've come to expect with the way she goes about her footy. Hyde, little handball inside to Bowers, only as far as Marinoff. So Adelaide back into attack. Tonin and Woodland up against Cuthbertson, and also very up, knocked forward. Phillips just sweating off on Pugh. So Adelaide dangerously close to the goals again. Phillips into the ruck. Ty and Bowers combined. And Bowers up to 20 possessions now. McKinnon in front position. Miller went at her hard. Still sitting over it. Miller did well. Bowers has got some support from Runnels. Goes to Miller. She gets crunched by McKinnon. She's a tough unit, Hayley Miller. The kick, though, is only gone as far as Sarah Allen. So a chance to bring it back in again for Adelaide. The inside 50 count now, 33-32. And Roxy Rue able to stand up in defence. A dangerous kick, though. She was looking for Cuthbertson. Went across goal and... tag team number done there on Hannah Button. Janelle Cuthbertson. Sitting under it is Hatchard, so she's burnt that kick. And now time with 5.5 left on the clock. Fremantle need 3 goals. They need something to happen really quickly. Adelaide, well, a goal would just about seal it for them as Considine. Little kick, use her Gaelic football skills from County Clare, looking to go into Button. And this will suit Adelaide nicely, just holding the footy up.
And Freo bringing in more numbers to try and help defend inside this 50. The problem is, as soon as they win it, they've got no one to attack with.
Bowers around in the circle, and then the clearing kick. Hatchard couldn't quite hold on to it. Miller cleaned up, took one in the head. The umpire is going to send it back. He called advantage, but the bounce didn't favour Freo, so it's going to come back to not as far as Hayley Miller. It'll come down the field the few metres that the handball went. So another chance to go forward. Considine around the corner. There's Phillips. She's got a handful of Dockers to deal with. Clearing kick was a good one. Came from Roxy Rue to O'Sullivan. High ball. Coming back, O'Driscoll is hot on the heels of skipper Randall. And going for the safety of the line, she knew that she had some support from Stevie Lee Thompson and just cleverly sweated over the top of the footy.
Professionally out in the pocket, the Eddie Betts pocket. Adelaide Oval.
I think Eddie's got a few pockets at this oval.
All 4.
Just about.
All 4.
Certainly got both of them down this end, going to the left of screen, the scoreboard end. He's done some remarkable things there. Pushed out, so McKinnon. Look at this Adelaide lineup. There are 11 players in this team that have won flags, and we know that Najwa Allen and Eloise Jones rather have to both come back in, given they're both out with suspension. There's a chance for Eb Antonio. Kick not effective going forward. There's another Ed Marinoff who couldn't hold it. Michelle Martin trying to pinch it and run away from the pack, but they're not going to let her loose either. There are 7 players in this lineup with 2 flags to their name for the Crows. And right now, they look like they're going to go into another grand final, their 4th. Last year, of course, they went down to a powerful Brisbane lineup. And with 3 minutes left on the clock, Adelaide in the box seat right now as the game's just really slowed up in this last term. Just the one goal coming from M.O. Driscoll. And there's Matty Clark just patrolling the boundary line, looking tense and nervous, but right now you'd think unless there's a miracle, he is going to guide his team into next week, taking on the Demons right here at the Adelaide Oval. Hatchard, clearing kick. Only as far as Tua Karina, gives it off to Stannett. Can they get a goal? Just hot things up with a couple of minutes to go. That free kick there. He's going to go to Veria. Up the centre half forward, looking for Antonio. Of course, playing with her wife, my howler, earlier in the game. Well done, Antonio, going forward. She's had a monster second half. Going around to Bowers, gets it around the corner, but not quite enough on that. Minute 45, Beck. It's going to be Adelaide and it's going to be the Demons next week. Erin Phillips and Daisy Pearce, two of the stalwarts of the competition, are going to go head-to-head. McKinnon in a terrific position, couldn't hold on to it. Still a chance. That was low running onto it. Runnels gives it low again. One-on-one. Oh, and that is terrific work from Bedell to out-muscle Houghton.
Bedell's had a really great last quarter.
She's had a terrific season.
Yeah, she has.
Adding things alongside to Sarah Allen and Chelsea Randall. Chelsea, of course, missed a fair bit of footy with that hamstring injury from earlier in the year. Came back and hurt it again. Remember, she missed the grand final last year with concussion, so she'll be able to lead her side in, barring...
And look, hopefully Melbourne had no injuries today too, and we get to see the best of Melbourne and we get to see the best of Adelaide next weekend.
Eve Antonio takes it up to 22 touches, equal with Marinoff. Miller has led all comers with 25 and Bowers with 24 as Stannett goes forward. We're into the final minute. Here's Stevie Lee Thompson. She's had a game to remember in her 50th. Hannah Button. And stolen. Here is a chance. No, look at that for a smother. And that is really highlighted just the tension and the pressure that Adelaide's been able to bring. And look, defensively, Freo got that job done, but just
couldn't attack
going forward.
Yeah, just
was the one area.
Yeah, no doubt that'll be an area for review for the off season for Trent Cooper. When that uncontested chain doesn't work to score, how do you score?
Gould in best position at the front. Here goes Hannah Button. Quick kick from Ty goes forward, and fittingly, with 10 seconds left on the clock, Stevie Lee Thompson, who's coming up for possession, number 15. She's kicked a goal, well, tries to get around, gives it to Randall, puts her under pressure, little kick. And there it is, the Adelaide Football Club, convincing 14-point winners. They go into their fourth grand final. And Matty Clark gets a chance as a coach to win a second. Adelaide, 14 points.